Hello, and welcome back to Wiki Gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Mod Monday. 8 mods, 1 map, 1 skin set. You're gonna love it. Right, first things first. Polyclinic. Modified. 14 workers, 21 doctors. Okay, this is controversial one. Legend Gamer made it. Awesome modder. One of the most common types of polyclinics is 7.57, probably model 7, 5 floors, 1 outpatient, 14 workers, 21 doctors. Made it realistic, 1 patient per doctor with my creative facade modification. Right, first of all, I love it. I love realistic buildings that existed. Perfect. A little bit of artistic expression is always welcome as well. But if you do a model from whatever exists already, I'm perfectly happy with that. That being said, I don't agree with the realistic part. One doctor doesn't see one patient, it can see multiple patients at the same time, and also nurses or other staff is there to help. So, like, for example, if somebody needs to administrate the vaccination or something, fuck 2020, right, nurses would do that. It doesn't have to be done by a doctor. A doctor can just prescribe it. So, other than that, I'm loving this map. I'm loving this mod. I really love it. Right, Legend Gamer, you have it in the description. Right, here's the one from Comrade Joe. This is Cooling Tower, or Cooling Towers. In this case, we have a cooling tower. This is a mod. This mod proposes a cooling tower alternative in the style of power plants found in various parts of USSR, in industrial centers like Tolyatti, Samara, Novosibirsk, Irkutsk, among many others. Typical smaller than big concrete ones. These cooling towers are mainly made of steel and can be practical alternative for players with abundance of steel and or shortage of concrete. They're still about 65 meters tall, hence taller than 10th floor high-rises. I'm not sure they were ever used in nuclear power plants in real life, but I hope everyone can ignore this detail. For now, the variant is available. Soon I will add the mirrored version and eventually a second skin. Perfect, I love it. So, this is a steel cooling tower. I love it. Of course, I don't think anybody ever had issue having too much steel, not enough concrete, but I'm actually preferring this because it looks a little bit more old school, and like you said, even though they weren't used in the nuclear power plants, where else can you use them? You can either incorporate them in your coal power plant mod and change these ones with these ones, because they're mostly used in the coal power plants, or you can use them in nuclear power plants, which I definitely will. I will be using this cooling tower with power plant. Right. Of course, you can find all of those mods, well, in this case, Cooling Tower, here in the Cooling Tower section, and hopefully we're gonna have more of those. So, Comrade Joe, description. Robs074, Mr. Robs, right, Medium Kindergarten. Medium Kindergarten based on a real building in Lublin, Poland. Love it. A real building, you got my vote. Employs 18 workers and serves about 180 children. This is perfect. And there's a description in Polish. Małe przedszkole wzorowane na prawdziwymi budynki. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. This is my Polish. Right, so small building. It's actually not that big. It's really cool, and also it doesn't have any road connections, which is exactly what I wanted. You can always put a city block surrounded by buildings and shops and whatever you want, and in the middle you can have these kind of little stuff like gyms and kindergartens that can fill in the empty spot in between the buildings. I think it's a perfect idea. It's a small building, so you're not gonna have overcrowded city in the height area, so I think this is perfect. I love the buildings that they don't have road connection to it, that you can just walk to them. So there you go, description, you have a link to the mod. Right, another one for Mr. Robs074. Technical University. Technical University based on a real building in Lublin, Poland. Employs 60 workers with basic education, 60 lecturers, serves about 180 students. It's a technical university. You have all the research, at least technical ones for now that we have. And yes, it's small enough building. It's not the biggest university ever, which is perfect. And of course, it's based off the real building. I'm actually excited about this one, and of course, I'm going to be using it in my Let's Plays. Of course, it can be found in the mod section under universities, if I can ever find these guys. Right. Here we go. Universities, and of course, it's going to be one of our last mods. Technical University over here. And yes, it's classic Robs. Thanks, Robs. I'm going to be using this one definitely. Right, fun stuff. Colors and stuff. Right, so we have a train. If I can ever find this train, it would be really, really cool. But we have a train somewhere around here, and you can see it passing in front of us right now. So what's the deal with the train? Tankers. These tankers are colored, are different colors. They're all based on the real skins from the real trains. It's made by Fanatic Monkey. Skin pack for vanilla tank wagons 2 of 151443 and 2 for 151547, including one corporate livery from of Russian Railways, RZD, since 2007, created by Old, Ural and me. So 3 of them were working on this. This one is the Russian one, the Russian Railroad one, and you can see that the rest of them are dirty and whatnot. Usually in the beginning of the Soviet Union and export of oil like this, you would have unicolored, more or less the same wagons, but after a while, let's face it, they get sticky and black. What from? I have no idea. Anyway, mod is in the description. Go and check it out. Right, now we're getting to our fun stuff. Fun. Electrical organizers. Nixix. Nuhuch. I don't know. Sorry about this. I'm killing your name. It's NYXYX is the name of the modder, and this is electrical organizer. This is what I was looking for my whole life. I never knew I needed. Well, actually, I always knew I needed something like this. But yes, so you get these bad boys over here. What are those? Those are just transformer stations. Let's call them transformer stations. You can actually find them in the mod section under transformer stations. So power transformers. There are 6 of them. I can't emphasize which one is better than which. So you have the only one I haven't built here. I'm gonna build it right now. It's a 4 size small 4 high voltage organizer. I'm gonna build it right now. This is 9 connectors. So you have 6 of them. I'm gonna start from the back towards front. So we have 9 connection medium organizers. So these are 9 connections. You can see them if we go and select the cable. So you can see that they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 entrances. I connected them with all different types of cables. They're just to test them out to see if everything kind of works, and it quite does. You have the smaller ones with 5 connections. You can find them as well in the same area. I'm not gonna kill it. I'm not gonna overdo it. So you have 9 ones and 5. MV means medium voltage, and HV means high voltage. High voltage comes with 8 connectors. You can see them also here. I'm gonna just use them and show you how it looks like. Now you have a big power plant. Let's say this twin double reactor nuclear power plant over here. It has actually even more. It has 13 connectors, I believe. But this one has only 9, so you can do the math. You can combine 2 of them, and you're gonna have 13. But anyway, this is what we were waiting for. What I was waiting for, because if you're watching my Let's Plays, that's a mess. And now, the best part of all of this, angled power transformers. So these are power transformers that are angled. So you have entrance. They're all on one side. So when you build power connector next to your city, you can use one of these and you're gonna have all the connectors going in the same direction. So they're not gonna be flowered up like these ones. This is vanilla ones, or the ones that we have here, the pass-through ones that have two high voltage and 6 low voltage connectors. No, 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 no. You're gonna have 7 connectors and they're all gonna be pointing the same direction. This is absolutely perfect. I'm loving this. This is what we need. This is what we needed, and this is it. You have one facing the one side and one facing the other side. It's just for your convenience. You can make it work as you wish. So these 6 mods, you can see them here. So you have these transformers, 2 transformers, and of course the combs that are combing your wires. They are separating them. I connected them to every single high voltage cable we have just to see if it works, and guess what, it does. And of course you have smaller ones just in case if you want to use those 5 connector medium voltage, and you have 4 connector high voltage. This is perfect. Okay, moving on. Right, now before butchering the name, it's the same mother, NYXYX. It's either in Cyrillic, and that would be Nuhu, or it's Ni6, okay, whatever. So he made not whatever, he made amazing stuff. So he made these big storages over here that you can see. This is obviously for cars, parking cars or cars next to the car industry, and this is really, really good. I'm loving this because we are currently in my Let's Plays, we are using a lot of cars or car industry, and we're raking in money. It has a petrol station here. I'm not sure if it's being used or not, or is it just kind of, probably not. I would say no, because it doesn't have any fuel storage here, but it's for the looks. It looks probably acts like entrance and exit or some kind of customs. Anyway, right, so this is the vehicle storage, and next big one is this one. 35,000 tons of steel. Excuse me, I have a steel mill that holds 8,000. I have no idea how long it would take to fill this one up. I can definitely give it a shot, but even importing this amount of steel, I think filling this up is gonna take a long time. It's gonna take a long time. It's only 10 tons right now. We can just let it go for a while and see how it's gonna work out. Okay, so we have. I probably should have read the description of this because this is amazing. The final word in storage. I take no responsibility for any loss of frame rate. Open storage, 35,000 tons of steel. Cool store, 15,000 tons of meat, 13,500 tons of meat. General store, 7,300 tons of crops. Vehicle storage, lots. So I would say that's a lot. A lot of vehicles can be stored in there. I don't exactly know the number, and I might test it, but it takes a lot of space. We'll see. This is what I'm interested in quite a bit. This one could potentially replace the other ones. Maybe yes, maybe not. I will see. I will give it a shot. So we have 7,200 tons of crops, or translated would be, let's see how many. If you limit it like this, it definitely gives us. So usually I don't store alcohol or crops in these kind of distribution centers. It is a little bit more than usual than the other warehouses we have, but it's a lot bigger one. Look, this is amazing piece of technology and amazingly detailed mod. You can see the details here, probably liquid cooling or something. Both of them, you can see them here. This one, they're pretty much similar, if not the same. They're different color containers outside. That's definitely nice to distinguish them. And we have this enormous storage that is never gonna be filled. I'm never gonna fill this. I'm gonna give it my best, but that's not happening. This vehicle storage as well, I think it's gonna be interesting. Looks like they have a bay for 8 trucks in this case. Here we have 10 trucks actually. That's interesting. I would love to see how this works. Unfortunately, he commented as well that look, to fill in this storage it would take hours and hours. I think he was right, it actually might take 6 hours to fill the storage or something like that. No, it would take a long time to fill the storage, and we're not gonna test it now, and I probably will try it out, build it out, especially for something like exporting any of these things, prefab panels, bricks or boards, and steel, of course. I think it would be awesome because you have a connection for trains as well as the huge storage for your steel. Anyway, this you can find it in the description. It's Modern Storage Pack. Check it out. Right, Pan X and Kralevich or Kralevich, I think. Kralevich, maybe it means little king or kingling or something like that. Maybe I'm Slavic and that this would mean something like that in my language. Hopefully it is similar. I don't know, it doesn't make any difference. It's just the name of the map. The map is actually quite cool. I think it's the best one, at least in my point of view, and I'm not an expert, so if somebody made a better map, please do comment in the comment section. I would love to check it out. This is my cup of tea, this kind of map. What's special about it? So let's see, resources. They have these big like Appalachian mountains in the United States full of coal. You have this area here across the river, which is quite challenging to get the iron. That's pretty good because iron wouldn't be the first thing you would mine on the map. It would definitely be something else like coal or oil, but you would be in a later stages of development if you're gonna be tapping into these mountains. And bear in mind, it's challenging. This central island where the iron is based, it's gonna be a quite challenge to extract because most of this middle island is separated by rivers and high cliffs from all sides, except this one here. So technically I think most of your people are going to be based there because I don't see this being connected well. Rivers are big. You can use them for your shipping transport, so that's an option as well. I'm loving that part. You can see that all of the rivers are connected to the borders, so both NATO and Soviet borders, so you can export to both. And the central part is probably where most of your industry and population is going to be located, next to the waterways. Right, there's uranium as well, but it's even harder to approach than the iron that we have there. It's not impossible, but it's definitely going to be a good challenge to access that uranium. But anyway, map looks beautiful. It has more or less 1 or 2 connections to each side. So for you have 3 connections to NATO and 3 connections to the Soviet republics, and they have more or less everything. I'm loving a couple of these Soviet, here we go, this NATO connection that goes over the hills, and then you have this long one that disappears in the, well, in the abyss, and then you have a couple of these Soviet ones on the other side of the map, that are also kind of interesting, and it's a little bit, it will be a little bit challenging to connect to the border. Electricity shouldn't be a problem, importing one, but exporting stuff, trains and roads, is going to be a little bit more challenging. It's going to require several bridges to build in order to be efficiently exported. Anyway, my favorite map of the week. This is my favorite map of the week, and I think I'm going to give it a shot off screen on my private time, my private play, to see what I can do with the map. I'm loving it. You have some oil resources, but bear in mind they're not ideal. They're not the big green thick dots that you usually get in the map, where you would be pumping the hell out of that oil. Definitely it's going to be a challenging task to get larger. Oh, here we go. We obviously tapped into a big one here. Gusher. Here we go. Yeah, but you don't get many of those. You don't get many of these densely, let's call it, populated spots. They are not fully green. So yeah, it would be challenged to exploit these resources. I'm loving it because it's challenging. It's gonna be challenging for you if you want to do this. Coal is in the high mountains as well, so heads up on that. It's gonna be hard to extract as well. And yeah, that's it for this Monday 8 mods. You have all of them in the description. Let me know if there are any issues with the mods, or you can comment on the Steam for the modders to correct any issues. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this one. Happy Monday, have a nice week, and see you in the next one, guys. Bye.